So President Trump is notoriously cheap. I think we know that already. He's the kind of person that has consistently stiffed his workers, contractors. He stiffed people that he has borrowed money from, banks. That's why famously, very very few banks actually no American banks at least would lend money to Donald Trump. Now, Russian banks, however, they're more than happy to lend money to Donald Trump. Also, Deutsche Bank, which has been known as basically the world's laundromat because they launder so much money. So, anyway, very, very cheap. He doesn't like to pay people back, and which is kind of weird since Donald Trump claims that he is so super rich. I mean, if you're a super rich person, well, then look, you wouldn't mind like, oh, yeah, pay for things like the presidential transition team, for example. That's what this is about. Oh, I won't have any problem doing that. But no, this is Donald Trump. He is not as rich as he claims to be. And so when he found out that his campaign was required to fund the transition team, well, he went into a rage. Writing in The Guardian, journalist Michael Lewis explained that former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie had explained to Donald Trump in April of 16 that it would need to either pay to hire a transition team himself or would you have to use campaign funds to pay for it. Now, Trump originally agreed to let Christie set up a separate fund aimed solely at raising money for the transition. Basically saying, it's not going to be my money. No, I'm just going to raise money from someone else. Now, by August of 2016, the transition team had hired hundreds of people, and Trump found out by reading the newspaper article that the transition fund had raised millions of dollars to pay for him. Upon reading this, reports Lewis, he summoned both Christie and former campaign chairman Steve Bannon into his office and blew up at both of them. Now again, this is a separate fund that Donald Trump agreed to set up to pay for the transition team instead of it coming from his own pocket. But Donald Trump, being stupid / greedy, says this, quote, "You're stealing my money. You're stealing my fucking money. What the fuck is this?" This is the separate campaign fund that Chris Christie set up to pay for the transition team that you literally have to pay for. Now, okay, I could go into a longer commentary about how this also makes presidency, just like the rest of politics, basically inaccessible to regular people, at least when it comes to the federal level. Because in order to run for president, in order to run for Congress, in a lot of these seats, the Senate, the House, the Senate's actually more expensive than the House to run for office. You have to raise a lot of money. A lot of money. So again, that leaves people who don't have that money unable to run in politics. And that really kind of explains why the system is so messed up, is as fucked up as it is. And it explains why people like me and you do not have actual representation. But anyway, Trump doesn't care about any of that. He's like, where's my fucking money? You're stealing my money. Where's my money, Chris? Where's my money? You're stealing my money. You're taking it from me and you're putting it towards other people. And I want that money to go into my pocket. Now, if you're a billionaire, why would you care so much about this? Especially since it's not your goddamn money. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, there's more. Trump, basically, every time they try to explain something to Donald Trump that he doesn't like, Trump explodes. In fact, Bannon and Christie tried to explain to Trump that campaigns are required by law to fund transition teams to ensure a smooth transfer of power after an election. Now, what is Donald Trump's response? You're not going to be surprised at all to hear that he said, quote, "Fuck the law. I don't give a fuck about the law. I want my fucking money." Now, you've got to understand, he is a very stable genius. Very stable. Stability is one of his selling points, one of the big factors. and that he is so incredibly honest, tells it like it is. Maybe not. Actually, definitely not. Again, it's really strange to see a billionaire going off on just a little bit of extra cost that you were required by law to fund. But no, too much for me. Too much for me. I'm actually not as rich as I want. That's why I have to go and steal from people. That's why I became president in the first place, so that I can grift money off the taxpayer and funnel it right into my businesses. And that's exactly what he's done the entire time in his presidency. He has stolen your money. He has funneled it back into his businesses. Just look at what he did when with Mar-a-Lago. As soon as he became president, he started jacking up the membership fees, and then going to Mar-a-Lago. It's now like $200,000 a year to be a member of Mar-a-Lago, which is ridiculous. And then, oh, look at that, holding official government meetings with foreign leaders at Mar-a-Lago, which of course the profits of that goes right back into his business, right back into his pocket. He's nothing but a grifter. And if you try to, explain that he needs to put up a little bit of his own money, that's the reaction that you get. Fuck you, fuck the law. He doesn't care at all. He doesn't care at all about law. He doesn't care at all about paying his workers. So you think he's going to care when he's wasting your tax money? Think about it. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.